he always start with dreams. So he always start with big dreams, and then he create and make the dreams come true and deliver the property.
As a person, he's a very goal-oriented person, and then he knows how to mobilize the people and influence them to believe in him and then to do according what he plans to do.
1, 2, 3, he's a visionary. That's the secret of his success. Something that maybe is not learned, is just talent, or something that he just has that vision.
Saya mengenal Pak Ci dari tahun 90. Beliau sangat visioner, banyak-banyak proyek yang beliau tercipta dari ide-ide beliau.
You can see how over the years he's been a very strong individual himself in terms of how he's got to where he is today. But what I see is that he's an inspirational figure, I think, for all of us.
I find him to be a fascinating individual, and I think the story he's writing about his own life is truly inspiring to Indonesian people.
The other part of that is that he hasn't forgotten his country. You know, all of this, everything that you see here is him wanting to give something back to his country.
In every city, they have master plan. And when I ever stay in Japan about 50 years ago, I see there Ginza Street. Here's the street for shopping and tourism. In Singapore, they have the Orchard Road. In Paris, they have the Champs-Élysées. So my dream since 50 years ago, I like to have one street in Jakarta like that street in other countries.
So my father came with a vision that definitely the best area is in the center of Jakarta and the center of CBD, which is around the area of Gatot Subroto, Sudirman, and Kuningan.
The challenge is that Jalan Satu at that time was considered as a 4-star class, 4-star location. But we want to build a 5-star plus property. So there should be a change of mindset to make it happen. That's not easy.
We plan what do we want to do on that. We must do a mixed-use development comprised of like office, hotel, mall, condominium for sale, and a service apartment.
Situated on 15 hectares of land, when completed, Ciputra World Jakarta will have 15 towers, divided into 3 zones: Ciputra World 1, 2, and 3. The landmark project started with Ciputra World 1, a mixed-use development situated on 5.5 hectares of land, with 2 office towers, an extensive retail mall, 2 residential towers including serviced apartments, and the prestigious Raffles Jakarta Hotel. At the heart of the development, on top of a 14-story podium, is Ciputra Artpreneur.
Artpreneur is both a venue and it's a concept. Originally it started as a way for the owner, Pak Ciputra, to highlight Indonesian art.
This is the brainchild of my father. As a developer, he builds many malls. He thought he has to have something that is unique to the mall.
Ini adalah satu ide brilian dari Pak Ciputra, bahwa shopping center bukan hanya tempat belanja, tapi ada tempat edukasi. Di situ ada museum, di mana kita bisa ada eksibisi dari luar maupun dari koleksi-koleksi pribadi dari Pak Ciputra sendiri. Kemudian kami ada juga teater dengan 1.200 seats, di mana ini jadi teater yang akan setara dengan teater yang ada di Singapura.
And then I said to him, how about have a theater? A proper theater, that's something you can perform something from overseas. And then he was excited about the idea and then started the challenge, because the building was not designed to have a big theater on the 13th floor. But I really enjoyed the process. Everything took about 3 years, I think, to develop. We managed to reallocate certain pillars, we managed to heighten certain floors. So at the end we have the 1,200 seaters theater.
Well, for Jakarta, this is really the beginning of something new. For a major metropolitan city, they've had very little in the way of performing in visual and public art. People are crying out for cultural diversion, cultural enhancement.
The producer of the Broadway show has come to Indonesia 3 times before. And then when they found us, they said, okay, this is the one. So our theater, the specification, the sound system, the acoustic, the support from the back room, like the amount of dressing room, support and qualified for the Broadway show. And that is the highest level you can go.
The official opening of Artpreneur was designed to coincide with a very special occasion.
And a crucial one, the owner, Pak Ciputra, wants to celebrate his 60th wedding anniversary here. Obviously, that's something that only comes once in a lifetime. We cannot fail. It is an impossibility. We're putting on what they're calling an operette. It's an original musical based on the life of Pak Ciputra and his wife. We're expecting roughly about 2,000 people, a big dinner in the ballroom next door. So there's a lot of work to be done.
The special theatre performance celebrating the story of Ciputra's life was written and directed by Ari Tulang.
Saya melihat suatu hal yang sangat luar biasa. Pada saat masa kecilnya sendiri, dia menjadi seorang anak yang harus bertanggung jawab terhadap keluarganya, karena pada saat itu Bapak bercerita orang tua Bapak itu ditangkap oleh tentara Jepang, dibawa, kemudian dibilang katanya untuk interogasi, tapi akhirnya tidak kembali, hilang, yang sampai akhirnya beliau terpukul pada saat itu, tapi dia harus bertanggung jawab untuk melindungi keluarganya.
Dituduh mata-mata Belanda, tapi tentu nggak benar. Lantas dari daerah Gorontalo dibawa ke Manado, sampai sekarang saya nggak tahu di mana makamnya. Jadi hilang begitu saja. Cari pada pemerintah yang berkuasa pada waktu itu, mereka nggak bisa menjawab. Waktu saya umur 12 tahun, lantas teringat bahwa saya harus berdiri sendiri, saya harus maju, saya harus sukses. Ayah saya sudah nggak ada.
Saya dengar cerita itu juga tersentuh. Karena saya pikir nggak banyak anak-anak pernah mengalami hal-hal seperti itu.
The fact that he's very disciplined make him become a very hard person because he was an orphan since he was 12. So in a way, no one told him, that you are maybe too strong or you are maybe too soft. In a way, he built his own character and identity.
This determination took him from Sulawesi to Java, where he studied at the renowned Bandung Institute of Technology. He soon displayed the spirit of entrepreneurship for which he would become famous.
My background of education is architecture. Since I finished my school, I like to become developer, to help to build this country, to help people to have their own living, where they can work, where they have social activity, etc., etc.
While still a student, Ciputra started his own architectural practice. He moved to Jakarta after graduating, and over the following decades became a major influence on the development of Indonesia's capital. Along the way, he founded several property companies, including his own family conglomerate, the Ciputra Group.
Dan saya pikir juga kesuksesan itu juga bukan hanya karena keberuntungan, tapi saya yakin bahwa keuletan dari Pak Ciputra itu memberikan suatu hasil yang baik pada perusahaannya, bersama dengan timnya tentunya. Perkembangan dari perusahaan Ciputra itu yang semakin lama semakin besar, semakin maju.
Over the decades of its existence, the group has faced many challenges. Perhaps the most serious of these was the Asian financial crisis of the late 1990s. Of all the countries in the region, Indonesia was the worst affected, with the value of the rupiah plunging to a new all-time low. The property sector was hit hard. and with it, the Ciputra Group.
During the Asian crisis in 1998, the group almost collapsed.
But rather than getting down in the dumps and saying, oh, life's over, you know, I've lost my billions or many, many hundreds of millions as we would have had at the time, instead he picked himself up and said, right, what other markets are still moving? What other markets have potential for us? Let's take some of the funds that we have offshore and put them to work and rebuild.
Ciputra Group, kita ingin berpartisipasi membangun di negara-negara Asia dari RC sampai ke Timur Tengah.
So classic entrepreneur, they never say die, they never give up.
So after the crisis, basically, we have to restructure the company and try to get back to the strong base before we are able to do the project like this.
Beliau membebaskan tanah ini dari tahun 90 dan pada tahun 97 sempat dibangun, sempat berhenti karena krisis dan kita mulai lagi di tahun 2008.
When work began again on Ciputra World 1, 10 years after the financial crisis, the blueprints for the project had changed considerably, presenting new challenges.
When the project was first developed, the overall area of development was 350,000 square meters. And so what happened is now the project is in fact 550,000 square meters. So the difference in weight of the whole project is considerable.
The total area of Ciputra World 1 Jakarta is 665,310 square meters. Construction required 390,000 cubic meters of concrete, 68,000 tons of steel, 137,500 square meters of glass, 36,000 square meters of aluminium composite, 250,000 square meters of stone and marble. Providing access throughout the development, there are 90 elevators and 96 escalators. In managing a project of such immense scale, careful coordination between in-house teams and external experts would be the key to success.
Di mana pada saat pembangunan kami ini, kami melibatkan juga banyak profesional dari luar sebagai project manager ataupun konsultan-konsultan asing dari struktur, ME, kemudian interior maupun arsitek.
Within Ciputra you have in-house, which is architecture and interior design, and they have a specific role within Ciputra.
Di tim in-house arsitek, kita masing-masing memegang peranan, masing-masing memegang proyek. Saya kebetulan menghandle untuk proyek Ciputra World Jakarta 1 untuk bagian Raffles Premium Residence, Ascot Apartment, My Home Condominium, museum, teater, dan juga keseluruhan dari pemilihan art di Ciputra World 1. Sebagai in-house arsitek di Ciputra, kita bertugas untuk mengakomodir ide-ide dari Pak Ciputra.
In my time here, they have coordinated very, very tightly with Pak Ciputra himself. In this case, I strongly believe, although Ciputra, the stakeholder, I believe that the initiator of all of this work has been Pak Ciputra himself.
Jadi satu kebanggaan buat kami sebagai profesional untuk membantu Pak Ciputra dan Pak Chandra Ciputra. Ya, khususnya untuk proyek Ciputra World 1 ini kami merasa bahwa ini satu proyek kebanggaan. Walaupun kami bekerja keras, bekerja dengan lelah juga, tapi kami bisa nikmati hasilnya dan sampai sekarang proyek kami ini relatif dipuji oleh pembeli kami maupun masyarakat pada umumnya.
The company culture is based on 3 strong values: integrity, professionalism, and entrepreneurship.
IPE, di mana pada kami semua, level director maupun semua karyawan, kita harus menerapkan IPE itu dalam kehidupan kita sehari-hari. Kesuksesan kita di project adalah karena kita disupport oleh keluarga juga. Jadi sebagai profesional, kita harus bekerja dengan baik, dengan integriti yang penuh.
I think one of the best thing for me is that Ciputra culture has a trust also to the professional. So vision comes from the owners, but implementation done by professionals like me. So I have a satisfaction also to contribute my own capabilities and role in this project. I think that's meaningful more than say financial reward.
Another important factor in Ciputra's success has been the ability to find like-minded partners.
Ciputra World 1 as such, as you see today, is a true symbol of a lifetime achievement for Park Ciputra. And it shows in the attention to detail, it shows in the passionate selection of artwork, of the different areas, the different zones. Ciputra aimed to create something very spectacular here, something very unique. And that entails artwork, stories, culture. And these are all attributes what Raffles stands for, and therefore this is a very good marriage actually between Ciputra and Raffles, because both companies follow the same philosophy. Raffles Hotels and Resorts started with one iconic hotel 127 years ago, and that was the Raffles Hotel in Singapore. From the Raffles Singapore birth onwards, we branched out to other locations such as Cambodia. We have Phnom Penh and Siem Reap. And then later on we also started with expansion in new areas such as the Middle East, Dubai, Paris, Beijing, Sanya, Istanbul, and now very soon in Jakarta. Jakarta will be another iconic addition to the collection. Our unique element is the butler service.
A good butler needs to be invisible. He needs to be humble, needs to have a good feeling for elegance, for style, has to understand the guest. Training involved demeanor, body language, of course, very important. Their skills, that they communicate very well with the guests. If you have that knowledge, your service is so much better.
I am very happy. I'm also happy with this Raffles Hotel. It looked that, the theme of the hotel is art. And we use the basic of art from Hendra Gunawan. When the first time I saw his painting, I fall in love because the color, the composition. Just in 3 days, finish one painting. But to prepare, mentally prepare, you need 1 month. That's why his painting is very spontaneously, not repeated again, look, come back, no. Like he is in trance.
I think Hendra is special for 2 reasons. First of all, he is the beginning of modern Indonesian art. Before 1930s, all of the artists painting for Indonesia were basically of Dutch origin or foreign artists painting in Indonesia. Secondly, I think if you look at Hendra's work, you don't look at it and think of something else. It doesn't remind you of a Matisse. It doesn't remind you of a Van Gogh. But I think what makes Hendra so special is his paintings are so unique and so original that you can look at it and you know it's a Hendra Gunawan.
When my father knew him, of course, Hendra Gunawan was just released from the prison in a way. So not many people really knew him. So Hendra had a difficult time to have the platform to show that actually he is one of the 4 masters of Indonesia. Actually, his level is the same as Afandi, if I could mention, the same as Sujoyono. Later on, of course, there is Basuki Abdullah.
Pak Ciputra's love of Hendra goes very deep. He's replicated his Hendra paintings and put it in all of his properties. So if you visit the Ciputra hotels, Ciputra World, you will see replicas of Hendra's paintings as well as sculptures.
I think his team who've been working on it, Diana and others, have done a really good job to integrate the artwork and sculptures through the whole development. And that's also flowed into the interior design elements, the colours, in fabrics, carpets, sofas, cushions and things as well. You can really see the passion that Pak Chi has for this artwork and how it's really well integrated in the design of the whole development.
Untuk proyek Ciputra World 1 ini, beliau menginginkan supaya kita memakai tema Hendra Gunawan sebagai tema dari keseluruhan proyek Ciputra World 1 Jakarta. Jadi contohnya misalkan contoh dari pengembangan itu misalkan dari segi pemilihan warna, dari segi pemilihan bentuk, atau mungkin dari sekedar esensinya aja.
Usually, what's happening is a hotel gets developed. Interior designers basically filling in the bare bones of a hotel. Here in our situation, the founding chairman had this vision to create something around artwork. So the artwork was given to the architects, to the interior designer, and these parties had to create something around it.
Jadi anggaplah kita memilih suatu lukisan A misalkan. Kita melihat lukisan itu, kita pelajarin, kita lihat mana warna yang paling menonjol di situ. Terus kita akan menerjemahkan itu ke dalam bentuk karpet. Benar-benar diterjemahkan, tidak secara literally, tapi ya kita berusaha mentransformasikan lukisan itu ke dalam bentuk karpet.
Throughout Raffles Jakarta, Hendra Gunawan's influence can be felt, with his trademark bold colors and expressive lines visible in key interior features. From beautifully crafted chandeliers to floor-to-ceiling mosaic work, details from his paintings are used throughout the hotel space, while the contours of the garden and pool area adopt the free-flowing lines and organic forms of Hendra's brushstrokes. One of Hendra Gunawan's first encounters with Ciputra was at Anchal Art Market, a space developed by Ciputra to give artists room for creativity while exposing their work to potential buyers. It was one of Ciputra's many initiatives designed to cultivate a talent close to his heart: entrepreneurship.
It's our passion to make Indonesia a nation of entrepreneurship. That's why Ciputra is working very hard to spread the spirit of entrepreneurship to all Indonesia. Without entrepreneurship, we cannot make progress. Why we must continue to educate the people, to train the people, influence the people, motivate the people. They must become entrepreneurs.
So GEPI stands for Global Entrepreneurship Program Indonesia. It is the U.S. State Department-led initiative to promote entrepreneurship in developing countries. Pak Ciputra was one of the lead initiator to establish GEPI.
I advise them, look, entrepreneurship must have the will, the passion, number one, and then the spirit, semangat.
Pak Ciputra is known as the role model for entrepreneurship in Indonesia. I mean, everybody in Indonesia, I think and I believe, is very much inspired by him because he is a self-starter. I think that's where they get their inspiration and motivation to keep going because they see Pak Ciputra personally here.
Connecting the spirit of entrepreneurship and art, Ciputra Artpreneur seeks to help Indonesian artists reach their full potential.
Seni dari seniman dari Indonesia perlu kita tingkatkan. Bagaimana kita kombinasi seni tersebut dengan entrepreneurship dan jadikan dia seni dan bisnis jadikan satu.
And I'm happy to see these young people from university, from high school. They come here and they are happy because they can express themselves as a young painter over here. I would like my theater to be that platform for the local art performers, for the local musical performance, for the local orchestra to show their abilities to the people, especially around Southeast Asia, for example. They can see if they work hard, maybe they would also join these very successful people.
After weeks of intensive preparation, the opening night of Artpreneur has finally arrived.
Calm before the storm. We're ready. I think we're ready. We're just waiting now for people to arrive.
I'm really happy. You know, as you say that 3 months ago, you can't even imagine something like this happen. Yeah. It is very tight schedule, but the team has worked very well, so we completed very well, and now you see this beautiful place.
The completion of Entrepreneur brings to life the heart and soul of the development at Ciputra World 1, a megastructure that not only represents a dream of Ciputra's, but also reflects the values and achievements of his professional life. The entrepreneurial spirit of the Ciputra Group will continue to drive new projects forward.
As a good developer, as an entrepreneur, you're never satisfied. Before you finish that project, we have already another plan. So we plan here in the street Ciputra World. Now we are in the Ciputra World 1, under construction Ciputra World 2. And then on the planning board, Ciputra World 3. We hope that really become like Orchard Road.
Our aim is to build the best building in Jakarta in terms of material, in terms of quality. I think we achieved that.
Pak Chandra is very strong with a financial strategy. So he's one side that complements Mr. Ciputra, with more focus on developing the project itself. And I think it is good pair to develop a project like Ciputra World.
If you ask me, what's my best project? I will ask the future project. Ciputra World is working like a team. I with my children, and the professional people, we are working like a team. Myself, now no more a Superman. We have only super team. I hope that my team will continue my dream.